Welcome back to the Combo Cabal. I am your host, Brent Cook, and today I am playing SerpentStorm, aka Blue Red Pauper Storm combo. I am an Alex Ullman, who is a writer for Channel Fireball, their Discord for Pauper, and in their Discord, someone challenged me to build a list with Galvanic Relay that isn't a Chatterstorm deck. So when I first started doing this, I was looking at Epicure of Blood and Weather the Storm combo. What I ultimately found is that that version of the deck takes up too many slots. You're looking at 8 to 9 slots with things like Exhume and Faithless Looting that you don't really want to be playing to make the cards work. And then on top of that, you need Epicure of Blood, a 5 mana 4/4 that doesn't really help your combo at all. And then you need Weather the Storm. So you're asking a lot. And instead, I was trying to find something a little bit more compact, and that's when I found Serpentine Curve and Fling. So I've been playing Curve in my own personal build of Chatterstorm, and I've been really, really impressed with it. And then I got to thinking, well, it synergizes really well with Galvanic Relay. So if you're unfamiliar with Serpentine Curve, it checks the graveyard and exile. Galvanic Relay exiles a whole bunch of cards. So Serpentine Curve, it doesn't care if you cast through it, keep them exiled. It just gets that benefit. So it's pretty sweet. And then let's just start from the top and work our way down. We have 7 fetch lands to help make our Brainstorm and Ponders more effective. These are legacy power level cards. We should obviously be playing them here in the Blue Red Storm deck. Rite of Flame, obviously, should be banned in all formats, but for some reason it's still legal in Pauper. If you're unfamiliar, little TES joke for you there. And then Peer Through Depths, which is actually an arcane spell, which allows us to splice Desperate Ritual onto it. Peer Through Depths is mostly here to dig for Galvanic Relay and Serpentine Curve. It can also find your Fling later on in the game. I did try 4. I think 3 is probably the right number, but we'll get to that in a second. So you have your Flings, which are sort of dead cards unless you've already made a giant serpent, but you need some way of winning the game, and Fling is that. I also looked at there's a Jumpstart card that deals damage to target player equal to the creature with the greatest power you control. The problem with this is that it leaves your Serpent open to dying to removal, and we don't want that. So instead, we're just running 2 Fling. Goblin Electromancer makes a lot of sense in this deck. Serpentine Curve is an expensive spell, so is Seething Song, Galvanic Relay, piece of the puzzle. And then obviously you have your Manamorphose. So all of these spells get reduced by Goblin Electromancer. It just really allows us to play more degenerate magic, which is what we're looking to do. Without things like Lotus Petal in our deck, Goblin Electromancer gives us a huge boost. And you don't really want to play Lotus Petal or Chromatic Star or Sphere because Serpentine Curve is looking for instants and sorceries. That is why we're not playing those sort of effects. Yeah. Piece of the Puzzle was a card that I initially glanced over. I did try to record a league without it, and then like twice in 2 matches, I was like, why am I not just playing Pieces of the Puzzle? So instead, we're running this. I was running Ideas Inbound, but it's so difficult to cast, which is one of the nice things about Pieces of the Puzzle here. So with Morphos, you make blue almost every time, and then you can cast Pieces of the Puzzle, digging for another Morphos and Ritual, etc. With Ideas Inbound, you would cast ideas off of the Morphos mana and then be stuck with 3 cards you couldn't do a whole lot with. So Pieces, it's great for that reason. It's card advantage, which is nice. It fuels Serpentine Curve. It just makes a whole lot of sense here, in my opinion. And then obviously we have these broken cards. In the board, we have Weather the Storm for our burn matchup. We will need some assistance there. Flaring Pain gets through Prismatic Strands, stopping your Fling or anything like that. And then a generic bunch of just good blue and red cards. This is the list. I hope you enjoy it. And if you do enjoy this video, make sure to subscribe. It's the easiest way of supporting this channel and keeping the combo content flowing. And if you're already subscribed, make sure to like and comment, get us into that YouTube algorithm. And if you're looking to go above and beyond, you can always become a member, unlock cool badges, emotes, and other stuff, shout outs, donation decks, etc. And that button is right next to the subscribe button. And so if you want to become a member, I would highly appreciate it and recommend all that good stuff. Talking's difficult, but please do so. Support the channel. Yeah, and if you're looking to support the channel in any other way, you can always submit a donation deck. It's a great way of doing that. Maybe you want to see your combo deck here on this channel. that's where you would go, theepicstorm.com/donation-dex. You can also just go directly to theepicstorm.com/shop, pick up card singles, pint glasses, token packs, and much, much more. That's my intro. That's what I have to say. Hopefully you enjoyed this video today, and I will see you in round number 1. Don't go anywhere. Hey, welcome to round number 1, and we are on the play. Let's do it. So we've opened up Fling, not a card we actually want. But the rest of this hand seems fine. I'm going to keep this. All right, so we're going to lead off on Ponder, and then if we only want one of the cards, we can actually cycle on our upkeep with Ash Barrens. Kind of cool there. But these seem pretty good. I'll definitely keep these. All right. Next turn we can cast Peer, looking for more combo pieces. And this looks like MonoWhite. All right. Just going to jam the Peer so I can be lazy and hit F6. Rite of Flame, that's a card. Would I rather have Rite of Flame or Pieces of the Puzzle? I'm going to guess Pieces. Okay. One of the cool things about Pieces of the Puzzle, by the way, is milling Rite of Flames that you can't cast still give you +1 mana with Rite, which is sort of cool. And they have a Fast and Furious Deathblade Elite. Okay. I'm just going to play this. Like, it's fine as a colorless land. Cast Pieces. Card advantage. Definitely want the Morphos, I know that. And I'll take Ritual. Full 7 now. Sorry about the background noise. I do have a window open. It's pretty hot here. Yeah. So we're at 16. I think we're unlikely to die this turn. I think. Alright, that's 8. So they guarantee have lethal next turn. It's go time. And an island. Start off on Ponder, see if I can find another Rite of Flame. Do I want these? I think the answer is yes. If I can cycle Morphos into Relay, that will make enough. This should do. I say should because I'm not 100% sure, but we'll find out. Okay. Seething Song. Song. Ritual. Morphos. Let's add some blue. And now we relay. Okay. And I don't think that this is big enough. Yeah, it's only a 17. I could fling and kill their Deathblade. Maybe that's what I should do. Sort of a bummer. No. Cancel. Target this. Sacrifice this. There we go. Oh, I forgot about Totem Armor! Oh. Whoops. I'm sure they probably would have had like Pro Blue or something. How did I forget about Totem Armor? Feels bad. Feels bad. Let's bring in the Echoing Truths. And what do I want to board out here? Anything? I don't know. Can maybe board out a Pier. I don't even know if that's correct, though. I think I'm just going to resubmit. I don't really like Weather the Storm in this sort of matchup, by the way, because Weather, you can gain a bunch of life, but I don't think it's really what it's about. I'll keep this. So you can gain 16 life or whatever, but when they have an 8/8 creature that you really can't block, what's the point? Because it's just buying you 2 turns, and that's not that good in my opinion. And unfortunately, the relay hit creatures and lands, but that was pretty close to just being lethal in game 1, which was pretty sweet in my opinion. Alright, Plains into Sacred Cat. That's going to make our job of winning a little bit more difficult if this thing gets large. Rite of Flame in Pieces. I think I want this. The question is, do I keep the pieces on top? I don't know. Okay. I think I'm going to. And just play this out. Puzzle. I think I just want these. And then next turn we can make a huge serpent. We won't have Fling, but we'll get to untap and have, you know, like 20 cards to look at. Assuming that we're alive next turn. Ugh, gross. We are not looking like we're going to be alive next turn. Maybe I made a huge mistake. Yeah, this thing's just gonna kill us. So it's all down to this Morphos hitting here, most likely. Unless they just have like a land in hand. Yeah, I don't even have enough mana to do what I wanted to do, so I definitely should have taken a different card. That's just a mistake on my part. Feels bad. Alright, let's relay. Yeah, I messed this up. And we need our opponent to just have nothing. Yeah, and then that's not even a good 5 cards. So we're probably dead here. Yeah, they have the Umbra. Alright, so MonoWhite's going to take us down. And maybe this is my own fault for not boarding an Echoing Truth. Womp womp. 0-1. Welcome to round number 2. We're on the draw. And this seems like a terrific hand to me. I'm down to keep this. Alright, let's see what the opponent's on. Fairies. Maybe that's pretty good against us, considering we need to resolve a 4-mana spell and then Fling. But anything's possible. We might be able to overpower them with Relay. I'm not sure. Not super stoked about this matchup, though. That's for sure. Ponder. Think these are fine. I mean, I do want a 3rd land, but like Rite of Flame and another Ponder should be good enough. The issue is Spellstutter Sprite. Okay, so they're attacking with Fairy Seer. Yeah, I'm going to get crushed by Spellstutter here, most likely. Let's start off on Ponder. Spellstutter's coming down. Ooh, Counterspell. Okay. We'll just pass the turn. I think next turn we're drawing another Brainstorm, if I remember correctly. So we'll cast a cantrip, try to hit that 3rd land. And they're going to cast their own Ponder. Yeah, I don't think our deck is set up well to beat blue decks. Like, I knew that coming in. So we do have a lot of counter spells on the board to help fight back. But that comes at a cost. Or it was another song. I should have known that. Because we're going to be less consistent when boarding in all these counters. Sure. We're just going to pass. Okay, so Spellstutter. They're down to 3 cards now, 4 with their draw step. Hoping that they just, like, tap out or something. And they got a Mountain. So they're on the build that's even better against us because they'll have both blasts. So their deck is just going to align well against what we're trying to do. Brainstorm for the opponent. And anything else? Are you going to tap out for Ninja? No. Alright. See if I can resolve Brainstorm. Double Curve. We can get rid of 1 curve, and then I think a Seething Song. Just pass. What is this? That's cool. So it's going to turn one of the creatures into a ninja. Alright, so next turn we're going to have a window to do something. Yep. So they're going to draw a card off their Fairy Seer here. Alright, let's... not the land we wanted, but probably the land we deserved. Soothing Song. Let's add blue here. So we're going to have 6 mana. Another curve. I think I'm going to take a chance here and try to hit mana off this. Rite of Flame and Song. Okay. That's pretty good. So this is going to make 3. So I should be able to relay into curve. I don't know what they're thinking about. They're pausing a lot on stuff that, like, you have Mountain up. So we have 7 mana. That's exactly enough to relay into curve. Okay. Just going to hit F6. They're letting each of these resolve individually. There's a Fling. And now we Serpentine Curve. It's going to be huge. Big ol' snake. 1919. 1 short of lethal. Gonna bolt me? Yep. That makes sense with why they paused on literally everything that turn. Evolving Wilds. What are you doing? Boo! Alright. So we're gonna have to try to win through a counter spell on our next turn. Or another spell stutter, which is kind of annoying. Oh, no respect. And because of you had no respect for me, you are dead. DED. Dead. Get out of here. This Rite of Flame adds 4 mana. Desperate Ritual. Seething Song. Morphos. Blue here. We can play a land for turn, why not? And let's Pieces. Just to make sure we have lethal, obviously. Oh, that stunk. So we do still have enough mana to curve into Fling. I was never going to jeopardize that. Boom. Sure. You have successfully bolted me. Alright. It's one way to win with a 1 red card and Pauper. If they won't give me Grape Shot, I'll have to kill people with Fling. So we shockingly won the first game. These are the cards that I'd be looking to board in here. The question is, what are we siding out? I don't love Fling, if I'm being honest, but I think we probably need at least 1. I think Pieces is sort of a liability. I just see that card getting Pyroblasted a lot, and it's sort of expensive. So I'm fine with taking that out. Maybe Pier. Could try this. Just lean really hard on Galvanic Relay. I think that's probably the plan and what we're going to need to do in order to win. The old no-lander. Nice. Ship it. Sure. Alright. So hopefully we can draw into some lands and other good stuff. Evolving Wilds from the opponent. Island go. We only have 3 mountains in the deck, but we have 6 islands, so we're just way more likely to draw a blue source than a mountain. They're just going to play island and pass here. Draw. Island go. Want to flash in a ninja? Or, I'm sorry, flash in spell stutters to play ninja? Yeah, that's what they're doing. I said it wrong, but this is what I meant. So now what they're going to do is Ninjutsu and Ninja the Deep Hours, most likely. Yep. Ooh, no ninja. Sure. So this is a sign of strength. That their hand's probably pretty good. Brainstorm. Okay. Another spell stutter. Yeah, this just means that their hand is stacked. Okay, so let's see if they do the ninja now. Nope. Alright. We're not under enough pressure where we need to start moving. So we can just keep on drawing and just playing a land. Some mountains would be nice, though. That's for sure. Alright, now we take 2. I'm not going to cast Brainstorm. I just don't need to. Yep, alright, so they passed. Fling. Pass again. If they tap the mountain, I'm probably going to cast Brainstorm this turn. Alright, so they're getting in with Spell Stutters. This might be a turn that we want to try to cast Brainstorm on our main phase. Yeah. See if this resolves. There's a good chance they counter it. Well, it resolved, and it did find a red source. I don't know if I want to shuffle away the Fling or not. It's a tough call. Because there's a chance that this relay is just too slow next turn. The problem is if this Delver flips... Yeah. Alright, mountain. I would actually like another mountain. There you go. I love all of these. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if we can try to win on our next turn or put ourselves in a winning position. They have 5 cards. No flip. No flip. No flip! Lucky. Alright, another mountain. So they have a stocked hand of 5. Okay. So we're at 10. We should probably try to do something this turn. Red a Flame. Into Electromancer. May I have a Seething Song? Okay. Manamorphose. So we do know that the top card of our deck is Dispel. This curve honestly doesn't matter that much, so I think I'm going to play this one out. See if we can create a counter war into my relay. Alright, they still have 4 cards in hand. And it looks like they have another Pyroblast. Okay, so that's fine. I'm going to kill the Delver, I think. Keeps me out of burn range. They're thinking pretty hard on this. Okay. Hydroblast. Not very nice. And then Relay for 11. Can Relay save us? Let's find out. Desperate Ritual. I think our opponent's trying to figure out how to have 6 here, hopefully. Taking a really long time on this. What are you doing? Okay, they figured out how to have 6. No curve in there and no fling, so it's going to be tough, but we're going to try to win next turn. Hopefully it works out. Yeah. Delver. Blue Elemental Blast. So they have Blue Elemental Blast and 2 unknowns in hand. They're paused in their upkeep. I don't know what they're doing here. They chose they don't want Blue Elemental Blast. That's interesting. Okay. So they might have another Blue Blast in hand. It's also worth noting we didn't flip any protection. So we're going to want to try to find something. Alright, so they played a land, so now they're down to 2 cards that interact with us. Alright, so now we're at 5. We're not in bolt range. Alright, so they found the ninja, so they have a spell stutter that we're going to have to fight through. Kind of obnoxious, but it is what it is. Okay. I think we should start this turn just by attacking. Because it changes our number to 18. And if they counter something with spell stutter that's 2 damage we don't have. Let's cast Red a Flame. Okay. Let's ponder. We do have to find Fling, Curve, and Protection this turn, so it's sort of a tall ask. Okay. I don't mind this. So I'm going to add blue here. This is also a juicy target for them. Okay, and now we can ponder. Shuffle that. Another ritual. Okay. Cast Desperate Ritual. Morphos. We need to draw into something good. Ashburns was not it. So they're probably going to counter our Brainstorm here. And then we're just dead. Need this Brainstorm to resolve, that's for sure. Because they have 4 in the air already. 5 in hand. It resolved. Wow. But unfortunately, it's just not good enough. We never hit, like, I guess we have 1 Pyroblast in the graveyard, but it's just not good enough. Alright, I'm going to just concede, save a little bit of time here. We're 0-2. Oh no, that was only game, my bad. That was only game 2. For some reason in my head that was game 3. Crazy. Alright, glad I didn't click stop recording. I could have swore that was game 3. Okay, so we have another one. I can still win this. It's possible. This seems fine. I think for the most part, we're going to play the same game where we just play our lands, try to hit more spells, like that sort of thing, just like slowly build up. Right, I'm just going to do this for the sake of being lazy. You should cycle on the end step, but I'm not going to do that. Island into Ponder. Alright. Relay's a good pickup. I'm going to try to resolve Brainstorm now before they can Spell Stutter or Pyroblast it. Fling is a card I do not want. And we pick up another copy of Pyroblast, which I do like. Brainstorm. Hope they missed their second land drop. That's what you get for playing this deck. Boo. Alright, so we're going to draw Ponder and try to find land number 3 here. Sure, you can use your Evolving Wilds. We found land 3. Fortunately, I think we're going to be stuck with this Fling. I don't want the Fling, but I don't know. Another Evolving Wilds. So here I'm going to play Goblin. We have Spell Pierce backup. Does my spell resolve? Just let me have it. Come on. No goblins. Alright, so we're going to pass the turn here. They're going to take their turn. It's interesting. They chose to not get a mountain. They might have 1 in hand then, if that's the case. Or they have Counterspell plus something else. So if they missed their land here, it's a give that they have Counterspell in hand. Or a tell they have Counterspell in hand, I should say. Fairies here, yep. So we'll be drawing the Fling we don't want, and then passing. It's just, we're really relying on that Seething Song to resolve into a mini relay that doesn't really do a whole lot. So, passing is just the better choice. Okay. Sure, you can ponder. Yeah, I really wish there was a better card than Fling to play in conjunction with Serpentine Curve. It's just like, this card's so bad. When you're not doing, like, Curve is good on its own, where you pretty much never want Fling until you've already won. So I just wish that there was something else we could play here. And I'm going to Pyroblast. If they want to counter, they give us a window. Sure. Alright, so now we can resolve Galvanic Relay. And hopefully that gets us somewhere. Alright, so Seething Song. Boo. Let's kill the ninja. Alright, relay for 4. It's not even that good. And the other Fling. Jeez. Yeah, these blue-red matchups are just going to be really tough to win. When they have all the blasts and counter spells and stuff, it's just going to be insanely difficult for us. Yep, Fairies here. We knew about that. Alright, 2 on the bottom. Ponder. It's just like their deck is at least 30% interaction with us. And our deck's like sort of a fragile combo deck, so we're also slow. We're fragile and slow. Geez, not a good combination. Lead off on Brainstorm. See if we can get rid of this Fling. They would have to have nothing for us to win here. Yep. Curve. I mean, it's possible, but unlikely. Fairy. They put 2 on the bottom. Okay. They have another ninja. Blockers for days. Yep. So now they can play another Fairy Seer as a blocker. So our Serpent dies to Pyroblast. It dies to Echoing Truth that we saw out of them game 1. And they have so many blockers. Oh, they bounced Sprite. They didn't bounce Fairy Seer. My bad. My bad. Ooh, and it turns out Fling was the top card. Sort of a bummer. Okay, we're just going to pass the turn. Yeah, we're just not going to win this. Could have stacked the Brainstorm better, but realistically it just doesn't matter. Like, yeah, I could be drawing a fresh card next turn instead of, like, having this extra Ash Barrens in my hand. I just don't think we're going to win anyway. Brainstorm. Alright, they're passing. Get in there. They have 5 cards in hand. Alright, let's cycle this. I'm trying to not give them anything to counter target. Okay. They have to have something. Their hand just can't be 5 counter spells. Alright, so they're getting in there again. Another ninja. I shouldn't have 6. They're up to 7. I'm going to keep this Ash Barrens for Brainstorm or Ponder. See what our draw is. So they have double Sprite in hand. We know that. Sure. Draw. It's both of our Flings now, too. Yeah, alright. Now we're 0-2. Womp womp. Alright, we're 0-2. Let's see if we can claw our way back out. Once again, we have this terrible Fling in our hand. That said, if this was an Epicure of Blood, it wouldn't be much better. I think I'm going to try this. Hopefully our hand aligns well with what our opponent's doing. Affinity. Not likely. I think our hand is ultimately just going to be too slow. Another land, too. Bummer. Okay. See what our opponent does here. Ichor Wellspring. Sure. I think I'm going to play out my Electromancer and hope that they just sacrifice artifacts to kill it. Because, I mean, we're so far away from winning that maybe they sacrifice this in a land. And then that slows them down enough for us to come back into this game. Or they could just have Gav Blast. That's cool, too. Sure. Not feeling too good about this one. Yikes. Let's just remove another land from the deck. And I'm going to keep the last Ash Barrens in case we draw Brainstorm. We're just thinning our deck at this point to increase our probability of drawing a card that doesn't stink. Yep. Prismatic Prism. Or Prophetic Prism. Talking is very difficult. Alright, we're going to 15 here. Here. Okay. I think we take pieces. Just pass the turn. Sure. That's fine. So now they're probably going to play a few 4/4s, make a couple 1/1s. That's fine. It's not really what our game is about. All right, we're at 15. They can swing for 3 this turn. So 3 plus 12. So they have lethal next turn, so we're going to have to try to win. Electromancer. Alright, let's start off on Seething Song. Now we can have blue with this. Other pieces. That's interesting. Gonna need a lot of mana. Relay is not going to be good enough, so we definitely should not take that. So Seething Song could be good enough. I don't think we're going to have enough mana for pieces, so we don't want that. So I think I'm going to take Brainstorm. I don't have strong opinions on this. I'm just casting spells and trying to figure it out. And pieces. Probably want the Morphos and then Song. Song. Add blue with this Manamorphose. Ponder first, I guess, because it digs deeper. That's interesting. Yeah, let's see what we can do here. Gonna have to get pretty lucky. Okay. This is just gonna have to be the most insane pieces of the puzzle. And it was not. Gross. Brainstorm. We dug so deep too. There's only 22 cards left in our deck. So we're dead. This is turn 5. We have 5 lands in play. We could shuffle Brainstorm, but there's nothing to do at that point. I went so far into our deck that game. Pieces was impressive there, though, that's for sure. I think I'm just going to resubmit. The thing is, our deck does its thing the best it can in game 1. And I understand our opponent's probably going to board like Hydroblast or something. But I don't think we want to try to beat that. I think we just want to keep on doing what we're doing. This deck's so sweet in theory. It's just that all the other decks are too good. Like, this is definitely like a fun Pauper level style strategy. Or like Affinity and Blue-Red Fairies are just like, they're on a league of their own. Sort of unfortunate, but it's just like the truth of the way that the format is constructed right now. I mean, sure, we'll try this. We're going to get a mountain, so that way turn 2 we can go Island, Mountain, Pier. Opponent is taking a mulligan to 6. Okay. Just going to be lazy and cycle this now because I can. Alright, get our mountain and pass the turn. Okay, so they're just going to play bridge and pass. I'm just going to main phase Pier to play around counter spells. Next turn, probably playing pieces of the puzzle. And pass. Pieces would bring us up to 7 in hand, which is also sort of nice. What is this? Ichor Wellspring is fine by me. Okay. Goblin. I still think I'm going to pieces here. Alright, pieces. I thought about playing this because you could like cycle and then play this, but I just think we're better off doing our thing. Take the relay. My plan is to double relay. Because if we play Goblin, you can't actually cast Pier or Serpentine Curve, so you're better off just like doing the double relay thing and overwhelming them in one turn. At least that's what my theory is at this point. And it looks like they're just passing. See if we can fix our hand a little bit with this. Okay. I think I'm just going to pass. If they're going to hold up Pyroblast or whatever, we can just take it a little bit slower. Crumb Star. Yeah, they're definitely... They have something in their hand. Ponder. Sure. So we have 3 mana, 4 mana, 5 mana. This would be 7. So assuming that everything resolves, you could double relay. Does this resolve? No! We're getting dispelled. God, I hate Seething Song. Yep. That would never have happened to a Pyretic Ritual. Never. Maybe the song should be Pyretics. I don't know. They're just like lower power level cards. They still have 3 cards in hand. I don't know. We just like don't have anything going on now. Alright, so it looks like they're going to kill our goblin here. Yep. This Ash Barrens has just been brutal. Like, choosing to not take the turn off to cycle it for an island is definitely punishing us in the long term. Point it down to 2 cards, but they still have the Chromatic Star. I could try to resolve a curve here as a blocker. I don't think this is going to resolve, though. Are we going to 0-5 this league? Is that what's happening here? This deck just isn't good enough to beat anything? They have these relays that just don't do anything. Yeah, we're dead. Alright, 0-3. We're 0-3 and we've opened up a no-lander. Things are not looking good. Will we get our first match win this round? Who knows? But I'm going to keep this 6 and bottom the Fling. Yeah, I think I sort of... I mean, it's probably true with the black-green deck too. But Fling is just such a bad card. Oh, I wish there was a better win con. Maybe that's just like something you have to accept when playing Paupers. Your deck's just full of dog shit cards. Fling is such a garbage Magic the Gathering card. And Affinity again. Yikes. At least Relay is a good draw. No, not Affinity. Okay. I don't know. I'm just going to quit talking. I shouldn't narrate anything. That's what I'm learning here. Okay. Draw. Brainstorm. Yeah, let's get rid of those. And we'll pick up another island here. Not really sure what our opponent's up to quite yet. It looks like it is Affinity just with an island. I guess it does give them something to get with Cleansing Wildfire. Thoughtcast. So we can try to relay next turn. I don't know if it's the best decision, but it's something we can do. So I could start off on Ritual, Seething Song. So we'd have 6 mana. Let's try it, I suppose. Seething Song, Morphos, blue, Ponder. My opponent is now saying that they think that I'm better than this deck. Thank you, opponent. That isn't at all rude. So if we take Seething Song, I think we can cast all 3 cards. So that'll bring us up to 6, 7. I'm sorry, both cards. So I guess technically I already can Depths into Relay. So what would I rather not get exiled next turn? I don't think it matters. I could take the Ponder maybe? No, I Ponder. Yeah, so this gives me another card. Ooh. Okay. So now we Morphos. Now we Song. And then Peer. And a Relay. Ooh. Alright, right Relay. So, can we win with 10 cards? I don't know. But we're going to try. Bunch of lands in there, unfortunately. My opponent is complaining that too many people play Storm. I'm sure tons of people are running SerpentStorm in our opponent's league. Also, like, are they really complaining to me about people playing Storm? Come on. Rite of Flame. What is this? Sure. They playing like Counterspell in their Affinity deck? I guess so. Sure. Let's ponder. Come on, Rite of Flame. We'd have to hit like exactly Rite of Flame. I think I'm just gonna shuffle. Ah, that's such a bummer. The relay for 10 was effectively nothing. Yeah. Glad I kept the pieces though. Maybe I don't even want to talk because like they might be affinity, but also like Counterspell's a really weird card for affinity to be playing. Sure. Okay. How big is this thing even going to be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So just not big enough. Alright, so I think I'm going to pieces. Into double Rite of Flame? Let's go! That would actually win the game right now. Rite of Flame and Manamorphose. So Rite of Flame makes 4 mana. If it cantrips into something off Morphos, that would win. It's just like such a big ask. But I guess we can cycle Morphos for free. Like, it doesn't hurt for us to just like start on Manamorphose, find out. And that'll do. Okay, so we're getting at least a game win here. Seething Song into Curve. And then fling them. Woot woot. Get out of here, whiner. When was the last time you got snake flung? Alright. So going into game 2 against maybe Stock Affinity. I haven't checked recently, but I can't imagine they're playing counter target spell. I'm just going to resubmit. Hope for the best. Once again, if you want to support this content, you can go to theepicstorm.com/shop and get yourself a mini token pack. It is a super great tool to keep track of your storm and mana and paper. Paper Magic's coming back. Go grab yours. For $12, you get 54 combo tokens. 20 storm, 10 black, 10 red, 5 blue, 3 of the rest. On the back, this is made for Legacy, so I'm sorry, but you get 54 Goblin tokens for Empty the Warrens, or maybe you're just playing Goblin, Storm, and Pauper. Who knows? And they're mini. They're half the size of a standard Magic the Gathering card. You can get those at theepicstorm.com/shop. Alright, so we've opened up a pretty slow hand against this Affinity build. They kept a really slow draw. I think I'm actually going to try this and push our luck a little bit. I don't think this deck mulligans particularly well, if I'm being honest. So that's part of the reason I want to try to keep it. This is fine. And then next turn we can fetch and maybe cast Ponder. And if they're just going to pass, I'm not going to cast Ponder into their mana. What? They're just cycling. Yeah. Affinity's just such a good deck. The way that Pauper is constructed right now is there's realistically only 3 playable decks. And, like, Tron might be, like, number 5, I guess. But Affinity, Storm, and, like, the Fairies decks are just, like, on a level above everything else. And I've been saying this for a while about the Fairies deck. The Fairies deck actually didn't gain anything, but it's just always been that good. And it just, like, gets by because people are so used to losing to blue piles. Ponder. Another relay. Yeah, I'll take that. And we can just pass. I don't think I want the Desperate Ritual on top of the deck. Sure. You have 8 cards now. Witching Wells. That means that they have a Blast or a Spell Pierce in hand, most likely. Alright, so the question is, do I want the Ritual? I think the answer is actually yes. And I'm just going to keep on passing. If they're not going to apply pressure, we can just, you know, take our time. Now you're up to 9. Atog's a little bit scary because these relays require passing the turn, which is something that I knew last turn could happen. Like, I'm not trying to pretend that I didn't realize that this was a thing. Sort of just hoping it doesn't kill us is all. Another Atog. Okay, so Goblin was a pretty good draw here. Desperate Ritual. Will they try to kill the Goblin in response? No. So they're going to try to counter Seething Song? I mean, it makes sense. Sure. But now we have a blocker for Atog too, so Goblin was secretly a very good draw. Pier. Guess I take Brainstorm. Don't really want or need these. Shuffle. And then double relay. Hopefully this is good enough. So if they have a removal spell into Fling, we're just dead. But if that is the case, you just have to tip your cap. You can't beat everything. Alright. So we have like 21 cards in our exile right now. Relay for 10 into a relay for 11. Okay, so it looks like it's at least removal spell here. Yep. Okay, so Fling is not enough to get the job done. Let's lead off on Rite of Flame. It's pretty free to start there. Interesting. So they're trying to do the counter mana plan. If this resolves, I think I'm going to play Electromancer. Alright, so they are on the counter mana plan. Can I win here? I think the answer is actually yes. So now I have Seething Song, and that's exactly 6 mana. So then I have Curve Fling. And my opponent is raging in chat. Well, I hope you like Flings. Wow. Alright. So we're now 1-3. Round 5. Let's get it. We've got our first one. Let's see if we can get 50 play points back. Alright. So we can cast Electromancer on turn 2 with this hand. I think I'm going to try it out. Is that better than... Actually, no. I think I'm going to just Ponder and then Brainstorm. So that way maybe we can play Electromancer with open mana. Seems fine. Sure. Next turn we can Brainstorm Fetch. Ooh, and I'm getting punished for keeping Relay in hand. Yikes. I should have known better with our user, or with our opponent's name being Sinkhole Cam. Should have just seen it coming. Alright, let's just go get a mountain here. Next turn I think I'm just casting Pier. And I chose to keep Pier because it's going to dig the deepest for pieces of the puzzle or relay. Okay. Let's go get a mountain here. And I'm just going to pass. I can Pier on their end step. Make an educated decision based on what they do. Sure. So they're just like a black control deck. Pieces of the puzzle. Seething Song's a decent draw here. Love Pieces. Brings me back to playing a lot of Giftstorm in like 2018. I'm going to keep these two. Panda. Definitely not keeping that. Shovel. Alright. So we're a third of the way through our deck at this point. Just need to find more action. Another Bonder's Ornament. Alright, so they're black-white. They're not mono-black. Cast a Gate. Wonder if they take Pier or Electromancer. They chose Electromancer. That's interesting. Okay. Let's see what we can do. I think I'm just going to take the pieces. You could, in theory, Ritual and Amorphos. I don't think that's the correct line here. If they have another discard spell, sure. But you're not going to win the game taking that sort of line, so I would just keep on doing what our deck does best. Like, they're just likely to have removal in hand, so why take that aggressive of a line? We don't have to, like, Ritual into this in case this misses. So, withdrawing this, we get to keep our options open. Yeah, that just stunk. Pass the turn. So we're halfway through our deck at this point. We've only seen one relay. We know the bottom, like, 10 cards of our deck, too. So we have 3 relays, some curves in the next card. So we have a lot of good stuff coming up. Yep. What is this? Another Pristine Talisman. Let's see what our draw is. Womp womp. Pass the turn. Even if we drew Curve, it's not big enough to win the game at this point. Really want Galvanic Relay or another pieces. They're just gaining so much life. Cycle, cycle. Probably should just be adding blue. Ponder. I think I had mana floating, so I didn't need to do that, but sure. Shuffle. Okay, so we should probably count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14 plus. So yeah, we're just not even close. Psychomorphos. Okay. I'm gonna burn some resources here. So if I do this, no, I should Ritual. Keeps our mana options open. Alright, pieces. I need you to do some heavy lifting here. We only have 1 Morphos left in the deck. Maybe that wasn't... maybe I should just pieces. Because we'd have to hit... Like, it's not big enough to win. So it's like a little bit of a mistake. And we actually hit the Morphos. Take a Relay, I think. So they can gain 2 life up to 27. Add some blue mana. I doubt we can do 27 damage here. It's worth noting if I cast Relay, I'm actually decking myself. I didn't plan that out well. Alright, so I think I'm supposed to just cast one of these then. Oh, it's a 28/28. So I guess we Fling. So they can tap their 2 talismans and then die. Wow. Alright, so that was kind of cool. Spell Pierce seems pretty good here. I don't think we want to spell. Yeah, let's just try boarding down on goblins. Turn off some of their creature removal. I think I like this plan. I would love to turn this into a 2/3, considering I thought that we were going to 0 for 5 this league. Yeah, this hand seems great. Let's go! Radiant Fountain. Let's cast this Ponder. Keep the pieces on top. Why not? All the life gain. I think I'm just going to pass here. So it's interesting because now they can castigate off this. Yep. Wonder what they choose. From my perspective, I don't want them to select pieces. Pieces are the card that I want the most. And they chose Relay. Sure. Let's take a right. Like, Relay's good. It's just like I don't have the resources to abuse it right now. Pieces just like actual card advantage. Ponder Song. Sure. We have a window. I don't think we're going to try to abuse it this turn, but we could. Let's start off with a Ponder. Double pieces. I think I'm going to burn some cards here. Alright, let's add blue. Now we can pieces. Seething Song, and then a useless Spell Pierce. I don't know how I feel about this, but sure. Probably just wasting a ritual. Morphos and Ponder. Yeah, I think I like that. I think I'm just kind of blue here. I think cast Ponder and Peer this turn. Shuffle that. Okay. So I can actually use Brainstorm and Peer here to clear cards I don't want. I don't want the Spell Pierce, so let's get rid of that. No, we came back. Alright, so we're passing the turn back now. 24 cards in the bin. They're going up to 25, so they're just getting further and further from Fling range. And another Orzhov Basilica. I think I'm just going to pass. I can peer on their end step and make a decision after that. I do like how Piece of the Puzzle really churns through this deck. That's actually kind of nice. Sure, you can have Pestilence, I don't care about that. And they chose to not play the Radiant Fountain. The disrespect. Alright. Peer. So there's Fling. But I'd rather have Brainstorm over Fling. There is another Fling in the deck. I don't know. Draw. Let's do some counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we're 6 short. So at least we have at least 3 here. So I think it's like kind of free to splice this and then cast Morphos. Oh, I can't splice. My bad. So maybe you just lead on Morphos. Ponder. Okay. Just a little mini relay here. And we get to pass the turn. You know, what do we exile? Seething Song's okay. We wanted a little bit more mana, but it's fine. They're probably going to take our Fling here. Yeah. So we have one more Fling in our deck. 16 cards. The problem is we don't have a lot of mana. Another Relay. So we can start on the Song and then cast Pieces. So there's the Fling. And then we have Rite of Flame. I think this might do it. And if you're thinking like, well, you could have taken the Seething Song, it makes more mana. We already have 2 Rite of Flames in here. So this is just like cheap. It's effectively the same thing. They're both +2. And I think this is good enough now. I hope it is. And if it's not, I can just do it again next turn. 34, 34. Sack the creature. Can you gain 5? There is a white card I will not name here. Okay. We went 2-3. SerpentStorm. Prismatic Strands would have stopped this. I didn't even think about boarding in Flaring Pain until it was too late. But yeah, that was pretty sweet. We got the 2-3 after starting 0-3. Came back. I really don't like Fling. I think that's the worst part of this deck. I think if we could find another way of making Curve playable, it'd be nice. There is a Jumpstart card that gives your Serpent haste, but it still leaves you weak to removal. The problem is that Fling is just so bad when it's not winning the game. Like, up until the point you cast it, it just stinks. So I wish there was a better option there. We didn't really face burn, so the green cards never mattered. Let me know what you think. Let me know if there's possible improvements. This deck could be something maybe down the road. I don't really want to do too much ban talk. I know some of you get angry when I do that, so I'm sorry. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Take care. Keep storming. Hey, Bryant Cook here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, but also follow the social media channels down below. If you want to support this content directly, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/shop. And if you need a little bit of assistance with the Epic Storm to get to that next level, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/tutoring. Don't worry, there's more great content coming right up.